Okay, introduce everybody to Gisela from Eco Israel. Gisela, you're up.
Hi. Hi everybody. So I'm Gisela. I'm from Chava Ve'adam, which is an ecological educational farm in Modi'in, and in the middle of Israel, between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. And I'm here to talk about the Eco Israel program. It's a 5-month program that runs in the fall season and in the spring season. So the fall that just started is from September to January, and the spring season is from February to July. Actually, now we are the only long-term MASA program that gives a certificate for permaculture, the PD. In our farm, we try, besides the theoretical classes and learnings, try to make out of your 5-month staying the most self-sustainable experience that we can have. So the place itself, it was thought in a way that can enhance and can open a place for growth, for internal growth, for growth in relations with other people living in a community, and the growth with our relation to nature as well. And how we have a self-sustainable place. So it means that we try to close the cycles. For example, the water cycle. The water that's used in the kitchen, it goes through a gray water system that you learn about, and it ends up in a made to have a new ecosystem and to call for biodiversity. So at night, if you pass by, you can hear this frog party going on. So we call for different kind of species. And the most biodiversity they have reaches the ecosystem to have in the farm. Or the water that is in the showers, it also goes through a gray water system to the agricultural beds, and that's why we use biodegradables in the farm. Or the soil cycle. So we plant, we harvest. Our farm is a farm table, so we take our veggies, harvest them directly to the kitchen. We have a big kitchen. Every day we have a fresh, delicious, healthy meal. Lunch is everyone together in farm, so we do like a big rukuku, which is a bell in the farm. Everyone comes, have a moment of silence, so we can connect to the food, to the place, and then someone can thank to something. We eat. We go to the compost toilets. Our farm is not connected to the sewage. All our toilets are compost toilets, and that's a big system we have in the farm. And after some months that this organic material is sitting, as well as it happens to the scraps that come from the kitchen, the compost is ready, and it's a very rich fertilizer that it goes to the fields again. So we start all over planting. And that also provides us for our organic agriculture, and try to get at least things that we can from exterior. Our farm is also off-grid, which means that all our energy comes from our solar panels and biogas that we have, which also leads us to a way more modest way of living. When we have more sunlight, we have more energy. When we have less, we have less energy, which also influences how we think, our actions, and also the architecture of the place. So every place, every building, every classroom in the farm was thought in a way that we won't have AC, so there is not air conditioning. So how can we use the natural elements that we have in our favor to make it a good place in the summer and in the winter? So most of our places are built in base of mud building and based on permaculture expertise. Um, uh, uh, a week in our schedule typically have about 2 days of work, and work means that you can work in one of the areas that we have in the farm. So the organic farming, vegan cuisine, eco-construction, that you work with wood or with stones, or mud building, that you learn how to build with the soil itself, or herbalism. We have a medicinal herb center, arts and crafts, aesthetics, and we have some other projects outside the farm that we work with schools, kindergartens, and etc. So in the work, you typically go with the coordinator of the area together with Shinchini. So Shinchini is an acronym for Shnat Shehut, which are young Israelis on their 18, 19 years old before going to the army. So there are about 13 in the farm every year. So they spend 1 year working in the farm to get or going to the army. And these two communities intertwine very much between the program. Not just because working together, but also the meals and the after schedule and etc. So those are communities that are very much together. And besides the international groups and those young Israelis, no one lives in the farm, so all the coordinators commute. For example, I live in Tel Aviv and I commute to the farm every day. We do have a train station that is nearby the farm, and that makes it easier to go to the cities like Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa. Our schedule is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And all our weekends, they are free. So you can decide if you want to stay in the farm or if you want to go visit family, visit friends, go on a hike or camping or just hang out. The same as after 5 and before 8. So if you want to go to another place. And as I was saying, our typical schedule, besides the work days, we also have class days. So we have the PDC, which is a 72-hour international permaculture design course with Idan, which is the biggest name in permaculture here in Israel. Have a 65-hour medicinal herbs class course that it gives you from the basics of to recognize plants until to see our body in a holistic way and how can we provide more health to it through natural plants and kind of meds. We have a 20-hour mud building course that you learn the basics and some techniques of dealing with mud and other natural elements. We have workshops in the wood shop and with stones that you actually are part of the working and construction teams in the farm. We have workshops on fermentation, on bread baking in the mud oven, workshops on a forest day that we go the whole day to the forest, between others. We do have some tours, for example, the Urban Permaculture Tour, that we go to Tel Aviv and see how permaculture can be seen in a neighborhood, and how sustainability can be seen in a community inside the city. The Green Building Tour, that we see how architecture can have the permacultural elements. And we do have 3 trips. So we spend 1 week in the north, 1 week in the south, and a hike that we do to Jerusalem. So we go from the farm in the inn, and we hike all the way through the Burma Road, which is a very historical road, very important in the Independence War, until we get to Jerusalem. And those are the classes day. And of course we have some times of community. So we finish our week with a seeding circle and harvest circle, which is a time that we have some group activities, we have our feedback, we talk about the eco view, we talk about the schedule that you have. And of course, the tasks time, which is a time that you are responsible for the maintenance of the place. So you live in the eco view, so you have the eco toilets, the eco kitchen, where you have breakfast and dinner with the eco group. The eco group is about between 11 and 16 people that you live with in different yurts and domes. Each dome is about 2 people, and a yurt is a little bit bigger for 3 people. And in the test time, you learn how to maintain those systems that you learn a lot about. So the compost system, the gray water system, the kitchen, electricity, and etc. So all of those systems, you know how to maintain them, how to fix them, and also how to enhance them. So every group has a different project that work on when they are in their program. For example, the last group made a very nice wood deck in the kitchen, and the group before made a roof in the Zula, which is one of the chilling places outside. Another one made a secret bench in a place. And the groups also enhance previous groups' projects. That's a way that you can feel ownership of the place, and that you can build. You can grow your own veggies that you can use for breakfast and dinner, and then you feel also part of the community that is in the ecoville with your eco group, and also the community of the farm that includes the comuna of the Shinchini, the coordinators, previous groups. We are very in touch with our alumni. So everyone that wants to visit, come, volunteer, be part, we are always open according to the conditions. And we have a very nice community, and it is a program that is very recommended for the ones that want to be more in touch with nature, to be in a community, and to have this personal growth as well. I will open for questions now, if anyone has. Okay, do we have questions? I don't think so. Okay, so I will continue a little bit. We do receive people from all over the world. So we do have lots of Americans, people from Canada, from all over South America, from South Africa, and sometimes Australia and New Zealand, and people from Europe. So we usually have this diversity in the group. We do receive people from all the kinds of backgrounds. So there are some that had already built their compost system in their house. There are people that it's the first time they are having the contact with sustainability, that know very little, because our program is very hands-on. So even when we are talking about the theoretical courses, they are all very practiced, which means that you learn about, okay, how the worms work inside the compost, and then you go outside and you see a compost working, and can see the worms, and you can see, you can feel the warm that the compost has when it's working. So everything that is taught, you can see in your day by day, and you can go outside and work with it. So that's how we see our way of learning. Not only talking about it, but also going outside and seeing and touching and feeling and smelling, um, using all the senses. That's one of the ways that we believe it's that we keep the learnings, and also the curiosity, that we work a lot with curiosity. So the best learnings are the ones that are brought from people, from the group. So yeah, how does that work? And then you point out something that, okay, great question. Let's see how it happens. And because permaculture is a way of learning with the patterns of nature, the most we learn how to observe and to have this curious eye, the more we can learn and make our projects based on it.
So we just have a couple of questions. Do you have the chat there? Do you have the questions up there? Are you able to access them?
Not actually, I cannot see.
No, okay, so we do have a question.
Usually go on the program. Okay, so as I said, we have an average of 11 to 12 people, but and on this program now we have 16, which is the maximum. And for the next program in the spring, there is a good chance that we can see something between 14 and 16 people as well.
Yeah, and spring is your February intake.
February to July.
To July, yeah. Any more
and then
questions?
It's going to be the fall. Yeah.
Yeah. Just asking because we have different seasons to you, so just want to make it clear that that's.
Yeah, of course. I'm originally from Brazil, so for me it's. There
you go, you get it. Yeah. Okay, if no one has any more questions. Anything else you want to say, Gisela, while we just wrapping up?
Okay, I just wanted to invite everyone that is curious about how is it to live more in touch with nature, how is it to live in a community. So you can go to our website, Eco Israel, and look more for it. So get in touch with us by email, by phone. My phone is there as well, and very open. What do you do with the produce from the farm? We consume. We consume all of it. There is also a farmer that works with us, and he sells boxes to families as well. But what we produce inside the farm, we consume it all. Okay. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and that's it. Get in touch with me by email or by phone, WhatsApp, and I'll be very happy to explain more.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Gisela. And just from my own personal experience, visiting your farm twice, it's beautiful, it's lovely, and you know, just the time that I was there, with just a couple of hours, I really learned a lot, and it was incredible. So thank you for joining us today. And if anyone has more questions for Gisela, feel free to email, WhatsApp, you like. Thank you so much. Have a great day.